It was January, the hangover month, if you will, and my TV brother and I had just wiped 2013 out of our eyes, and we're looking forward to 2014, if only for the new registration stickers at the DMV. We're glad you came along. This is The Adventures of Danny and Mike, the podcast.
Here we are, episode 5 of The Adventures of Danny and Mike. If you're hearing this in Mike's mic, you can probably hear some chewing, and it is a Pop-Tart with butter that he's enjoying at the head of this podcast.
No, it's not butter.
Yeah, you buttered the Pop-Tart. I've never heard that in my life.
It's not real butter.
What is it, Smart
Well,
Balance
it's country
butter?
crotch. Country cock.
Oh, it's
Country cock spread.
No, I said crotch.
country
Anyway,
crotch.
You made it weird.
Anyway, it's
And
a
you
buttery
said
spread.
cock?
It's
what
not
the
an
fuck's
actual...
going on here? This is episode 5, guys. Let's keep it civil.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, you are recovering from some sort of accident in the hospital, and we were able to save most of your leg.
You're welcome, I guess is what we should say. My name is producer Jeremy. To my right, Danny Tamborelli. To his right is Mike Perona. Welcome to episode 5 of this.
Did you call him Perona or
It's
Morona?
Michael
Michael
C.
Perona. He's the
Morona.
coach for the. He's a Fox Sports news analyst.
Mike Pereira.
Hey, Michael Perona here.
Make me sound like a South Park character.
How are you, fellas? What's going on other than the ingesting of a Pop-Tart with butter on it and that you've toasted?
I'm looking on and, like, in disgust.
Jeremy,
Why?
Danny,
I don't know. I, just
mean,
think
yeah,
it's
you
gross
guys,
to put
you guys were witness to
more
my
butter
frame
on
of
it.
mind when we disposed of the Cavalier the other day.
Let me tell you, this month's adventure is a heart-wrenching thing. Mike is saying goodbye to his let me get this right, Il Cavaliero. Right?
Oh, jeez.
Is that correct? Is that good
Il Cavalieri.
Italian?
Yeah,
Il Cavalieri.
my 1992 Cavalier had to go.
So yeah, that was their adventure this month. Is Mike? We did a good send off for his car, which
Come along and ride on the...
Ride.
We were taking it on a final voyage. A
There's really
fantastic voyage.
There was nothing
even.
that whimsical that went on. January is the month of early sunsets, dingy skies, dirty snow, frozen dog shit.
it's really the hangover month, right?
It's the hangover of Christmas. It's when you have to pay the bills for Christmas, and you're drunk on New Year's, and then all of a sudden you have to pay rent the next day, and you're like, "Why are you just having a party?" And it's like, nobody. It's
That's your landlord? That was your landlord character?
Yeah, but he's like,
It's the first of the month.
It's the first of the month.
Nice, dude. We got two
Nice, you guys
songs
are on the right
two
level
songs in
right
what? 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Not too shabby, guys.
It was.
That's a good one to reference.
It was a painful
Both
separation, but it had to happen. I think it's good that it happened in January.
Yeah, it's good to shed the old and in with the new.
I had often ridden my bike past that junkyard a couple of summers back and wondered about it, so it's cool that we went in and saw that huge thing,
Oh, don't break
body
up. I thought you
slamming
were
my
gonna break
car.
up. Oh, he's breaking up.
Oh.
So yeah, we had it tagged. I guess that was the first thing. We wanted to decorate it for its little funeral march.
Yeah, we got
We
someone
had
from
some,
Smart Crew to...
We took it to 5
do a
points,
little-
so if you're looking for that clean, seamless white background behind the car, that's
That's
what
the
it
other
is.
thing. I mean, that's another
terrible,
goodbye
too.
too. A part of this whole thing is that I'm glad we went there, and go to the website. You'll see pictures of the tagged up car with the horrible white 5 points that now adorns. It's horrible. It's a bad thing.
It's kind
I
of
don't
like all
it.
the winter sweaters I discovered in the closet with moth holes on them that we packed into plastic bags and donated to the Salvation
That was
Army
part of the march
later
yeah.
that day.
It was sort of a weird. It was a good send off. I feel like El Cavalieri is very proud.
Man, by the end of the podcast, maybe we'll get him to say El Cavalieri.
We could probably go visit him.
Il
You could probably still
Cavalieri.
find it. It would be easy to pick it out if you're going down Metropolitan
That's-
Avenue, right before you get to Flushing Avenue.
That's
if you're
not a
going
bad idea.
towards the cemetery, just like look, see if you can spot a graffitied.
How about this? First listener that can find that smashed car gets a free prize, and it's probably just going to be like a hug.
It
from
doesn't.
Danny.
No. It doesn't. We will determine the prize mutually.
Okay. Danny needs a hug though. I can see it in his eyes.
I don't need a hug. Thank you very much. January's not that bad of a month for me.
Why?
I don't know. Because
you have to admit, like, it's...
every time it's January, I'm like, well, it's 5 weeks to my birthday.
Yeah, you start to feel older, I was going to say.
Right.
Either the Giants are in the playoffs or they're not.
Yeah.
It's either a positive January for that reason or it's not.
Right. Exactly. And as I get older now, this 5 weeks until doesn't feel as good as it used to.
Cheers.
Spirits are high.
Spirits are... No, we're not... That we're leaving our high spirits in December.
Yeah, we're not... The spirits
We're leaving them in
aren't high anymore.
We're leaving them in 2013 because...
We're talking about January
January is not a high... I agree that
you're calling it the hangover month, and now you're saying spirits are high.
Well, sometimes you have a little hair of the dog.
Are you having a bout?
A bout of depression?
I have been depressed.
can-
I've probably been depressed for about 21 years. 20.
When did it all start? Or when did it all go wrong, I guess I should ask.
Probably when I was born.
I thought for sure you were going to be like, well,
I was doomed.
I was doing this show and I met this kid, Dan, and from then on, from that point forward.
Oh no,
life,
it
just
coincided.
didn't seem
My
right.
parents got divorced soon after I met Danny, so he might have something to do with it. But
Stock market collapsed that year as well.
I was just gonna say there's a lot of
A
things.
lot of
Actually,
bad
Berlin
things.
Wall came down as well. So
Yeah.
no, I'm kidding. This is
That's a good thing,
two different
though.
years.
Gosh. I didn't
We
know
don't
that I
blame
had
all of our
really...
problems on
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, January is a depressing month, though.
I'll take none of that, except for the Berlin Wall coming down. I'll take all the credit for
Dude, that wasn't even on you.
How's everybody doing? Everybody, you need another Pop-Tart? Mike, you're completely out of Pop-Tarts at the moment.
I cut the second one into
What did
8
this-
pieces. You know, McDonald's advises you to cut your food into smaller pieces so it will stretch longer for their workers because they don't make enough money to buy enough food to feed themselves. So I just took their advice.
McDonald's was advising their employees to not eat McDonald's.
Yes, also that.
Which
But
I-
it said the food that you do have, cut it into
cut it into
smaller
pieces.
pieces because you can chew each one and then feel full on less food.
I can vouch for that. I watched him do it. Cut it all up.
Yeah, I noticed you
when
don't
did
eat
you
like
start
that.
eating Pop-Tarts like this? I don't know, maybe other people eat Pop-Tarts with butter on them after you've toasted them. But is this a kid thing?
It's like a depression
Is this a
thing.
craft
No, I
service
do it
thing?
like every
Is this a
January
craft
as
service thing?
Yeah, no, you at home. No, we had Pathmark toaster pastries. Are you kidding me?
At
I wasn't
home?
made of money.
Yeah.
Because we had the no frills. We had no frills.
Toast-its, I think is what we had. Toast-its.
Yeah, we had no frill
like
Pop Tarts.
the
But
fake ones.
I guess you would know right away because the store brand ones had like a paper envelope around them, and the Pop Tart ones had a foil coating, so you could tell right away, even from a distance,
Right.
Which
Somebody's making more money than the other.
which
Yeah.
kind you had.
The name branders. They know what's up.
I don't remember putting butter or anything on them for a long time, and then I guess being around craft service and having free Pop Tarts, probably while working on Pan Am a couple of years ago, I burnt myself really grievously on a chocolate filled Pop Tart. I put it in the toaster and then pulled it out, and the filling was
Piping.
it gave me like a 2nd-degree burn. So I am gonna.
You're always getting
sue.
burned on stuff at work. It's either a light, a 1K, or a 4K. Whatever
Well, I do.
that was,
I do
or
work
Pop
with
also
Tart.
very.
burns
I do
at
work
work.
with in a very dangerous
Yeah, that's
place.
true.
Yeah.
Speaking of odd meals when you're growing up, you know what? I still do this actually. I call it my my redneck lunch. I'll get a bag of. Originally, it was Ruffles because the ridges are amazing. Get a bag and put those on a plate, and then I get ravioli, Chef Boyardee, and I just pour it over the potato chips, and then I microwave it. And I still do that. To
And
this
then you
day.
microwave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then you marry your sister.
Well, the idea pops into my head to marry my sister. I don't actually go through with the idea.
What is this best washed down with Mountain Dew?
Oh yeah, yeah. The throwback, no sugar Mountain Dew, the glass bottle.
I wasn't
about you,
allowed to
Dan?
have
What-
Pop-Tarts in my house, so...
Oh yeah, you were on.
You
the-
weren't allowed to have them in your house.
No.
No, not from ages
No.
8 to 18.
Sally she's a nutritionist.
Yeah?
Good for her. I think that's not a horrible thing because
Yeah?
Yeah,
we were
you
the
could
same
be
way. We
raised
were
by
through-
a criminal or
It didn't really change the way I look now if I ate too many Pop-Tarts.
that's the thing. Like you're trading, health as a youngster for
Quality for
When I
quantity.
get free,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat whatever the fuck I want to eat.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
that's
true.
the same thing because we would switch to these diets and eat like whole wheat spaghetti. And
Who's we?
Who's
we? Who's we?
It tastes like my family growing up. You know?
Oh, right.
My
Maybe
mom
this
would-
is why you became a vegetarian as a reaction to these.
Might be. I also saw a series of animals being murdered in front of me as a child. Sort of a Saw sort of type of situation.
Did you
except for the
grow up
animals.
on a farm?
No, I
or-
didn't at all. That's
No?
not true at all. No, I just,
Jeremy, you have two choices.
They used to find a lot of murdered animals in Forest Park in Queens. Not so far from where I used to live. I guess a good bus ride, but
yeah.
used to find a lot of like
That's where it
satanic
starts.
ritual
Yeah.
killed animals. Also some voodoo, Santeria stuff. Oh, got all your various Caribbean religion animal murders going on.
I'm okay with that.
No, you're not.
What? No, you're
January is a month of death, and we have to consider. It's like we have to consider. My Uncle Red passed away very recently, and it's not fair. Sometimes death is really rough, and we just have to understand that worms are going to eat the people we love eventually, and hopefully hopefully they're going to make something better because it was a really good person.
Yeah. Well, I
It's going to be
think
tough.
part of it, January feels to me like that. It feels like that feeling of loss for an entire month. You know what I mean? It's like it's deep seated. There's nothing you can do, but you can't shake it. And somehow in March, I'll be like, oh, the sun's out. I can go outside. I don't know. Then it sort of all makes sense again, the world. But I agree. January does not make sense to me.
It's a conspiracy to sell like heating oil, I think.
Yeah.
Make everyone stay inside and huddle around their radiator and hate themselves.
Nice. Record
First
cold
clip of the
temperatures
podcast.
into moderate temperatures.
Yeah.
Back and forth and back and forth, and let's get sick.
So I guess what we're trying to say is happy episode 5.
Yeah,
and,
guys.
We're
I'm
sorry
just
to bring the place down, but we're just trying to get through January just like you are.
Sometimes closing a door and locking it means breaking a window with a brick that you find on the ground outside the house that you're trying to get into. So I did have to
because
get
of
rid of the
that-
Cavalier, but I did get a hand-me-down, much newer car, a car that wasn't in production while I was still in high school. I think the last one that I drove, the last few, and I got a flat tire on it already. So
That was just a little reminder.
There is a window lock.
Cavalieri
Yeah, there is a
saying,
that's actually you saying that.
well,
Yeah.
in I think the car, if the
Speaking
car was
for.
going to speak, it would just be like,
I don't think cars can speak. I think we learned that from Herbie. And cars,
Yeah.
mostly Herbie. I was raised on Herbie.
I was
I'd like
raised
to
on
think-
Herbie, but Herbie spoke.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Did you never
No,
see
Chitty
that one?
Chitty Bang Bang didn't talk, did it?
Did
It
you
just
never see
flew.
that?
It was a flying car.
Oh, man, that was an awesome car.
I saw that.
Most steampunk car ever, I'm going to say. I'm going to nominate it.
What's your
Top 5
favorite
most
talking car?
steampunk car
most
ever?
steampunk car ever.
I agree.
What's my favorite car ever?
Favorite movie car ever that talks.
Oh, movie car. What? It's like, wow, let's just narrow it down. Why don't we?
I like Herbie, and that's an easy choice. But
But Herbie
I grew
doesn't
up watching.
talk. That's the thing. Herbie just vocalized through
Oh,
the
that's
horn
right.
and the instruments and stuff. It was like a more honest way of doing shit.
Then I'm gonna say
Herbie.
Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie was awesome. Man.
Herbie was a good one.
Yeah, Dean Jones.
Kit.
Herbie rides again.
Was
Oh,
a
Kid
movie.
did talk
Yeah,
inside. the
but he
car,
was on
though.
But it
he was on
through the
TV.
speakers.
He was on TV. He wasn't a film.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
True.
it wasn't a film.
Before I got my license, my very first car was a Pinto. It's like it was a Mercury Bobcat, which is the Pinto offshoot.
Yeah, I don't see why you didn't take that as your porn name, Jeremy
Pinto?
Yeah, Jeremy Pinto.
Hey, it's me, Pinto. I'm here to fix the pipes. No, but before
Oh my gosh.
everybody looking to get their pipes fixed by me, Pinto.
For the listener, we're all scratching our eyes out right now and pouring acid on our eyes in an effort to eradicate this vision.
I do
from
have a
our heads.
VHS of that from the early
Poke
early
your eyes
80s.
out, lights out.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we hope you enjoy it. Coming up here in very shortly is our good friend Nikki Glaser. So stick around for that.
Talking about death in January and how much that sucks.
No, I think we're going to keep it a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
okay.
going to brighten things up. Because,
sure.
listen, there's a light at the end of every
Oh, that'll
tunnel.
help.
You know?
Yeah.
Seriously, if anybody is hurting and wants to talk, you can always reach out to us at DannyandMike.com or at Danny and Mike on the online
On the
social,
website.
social networks. And we will talk and we'll try and diffuse your crippling depression with laughter, as it's been my favorite brand of self-medication for over 20 years.
We'll be right back with Nikki Glaser. So, Nikki, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate it.
It's It's so nice to meet you both. I obviously watched your show as a young child. How old are you guys?
Uh-oh.
Oh, really?
Here it comes.
31?
Okay.
30. What? You're not 31. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I
just
am.
31 for a few more weeks.
Shut up. Yeah.
Hold on to it.
I'm 36, so I
Okay.
hope you don't feel bad.
No. I don't feel bad for asking. That's young in boy terms. When you're a man, you can like be like you don't have to like be like, oh, I'm 36.
No,
like,
yeah, that's old for a boy, but that's young for a man.
it's young. Okay, I guess I can still call you boys. I think that's my. Yeah, I told my dad, I was like, I'm dating this boy, and he's like, maybe your issue is that you date boys.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you describe them. I'm like, there it is. Like, he goes, when you come to me and say I'm dating this man, maybe it'll work out. But no, I was a big fan. I'm 29, so I was like, I was in it. But I was talking about one of my favorite shows ever as a kid. Not only was Pete and Pete, but Figure It Out.
Yeah.
Which you were a reg on that. I don't know if you were on it. Were you on it, Mike?
One episode.
One episode, okay.
I think I only ever did one.
It was just
two?
one?
Two.
It was
No,
like,
no,
you
it was
had
like
you
mom,
on it a
it was like
bunch.
mom and dad and Pete
Yeah,
and Pete. So
yeah.
I had to like play little Pete playing Figure It Out.
we
after
rounded out one whole team one time.
Okay, I see.
And I think I got slimed that time.
You probably did.
That show was so fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was enjoyable most of the time. I used to get slimed like every day,
You did,
multiple
you-
times a day.
Recent
so.
revelations, it was fixed.
No, it was not fixed.
Yeah. You would figure stuff out as soon as you could.
No. So what? Where did you hear that from?
He
dude?
said
I
he
didn't-
decided
No.
as soon as they didn't like the kid, they would figure stuff out
Well,
It would always be a kid
Yeah.
like, I memorized it's like they were always some nerd that had a
I
talent.
saved
that I was,
all my toenail clippings in a mason jar. You're like, oh, that's
and
a
then
talent.
Summer Sanders would
That's
watch you
not-
like
Ugh.
do something at the end. Summer Sanders was great. Did you all have a crush on her?
Yeah.
I bet.
We
I
were
mean,
alive.
I know.
She said she would wait for me, and she lied. So that's as far as I'm going to take that
Could
because
you,
it
yeah.
still
What is she doing
it still
now?
hurts.
Swimming.
She's married and lives in Colorado and's got kids and still does a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you were
He's
on
still-
her.
he's still
I'm still
broken up
broken
with her.
up. I know her address, but I won't go there.
Yeah, good times.
Those little kids, if they wanted to be dicks about it and be like, "You're never gonna guess it," it's on. Like I was like, okay, now I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
because I wanted you to go to Cape Canaveral and go to the NASA space.
But now you're just gonna get a
But
piece of
now
the
you
aggro
just-
crag.
Yeah, exactly. If that, we'll try to
If that.
get it in one round. So, oh, you want these British Knights? They light up.
Wow,
You
you
get
guys
nothing.
are really.
You'll get nothing and like
love
it.
that
You're
they used to
playing
give away
judge.
pieces of the set.
Right. Let's because they were like, what else are we gonna
Guts.
do with it? With
From
the gut-
Global Guts.
Guts got canned 3 years ago. We still have this humongous thing. Let's just give it away.
We'll send you Mo. Mo will come over to your.
Oh wow.
And it
Only
wouldn't
they
have
do
cost
that
that
with
much
other
because she was so
shows.
little. You could just put her in a very
Oh,
small
she was
box.
a tiny woman.
Let's go to the leaderboard, Mike.
Shoot, it was a good concept. I don't know
I
what
think
happened.
Figure It
Jeremy,
Out
what
should
was
come
your
back.
favorite part about being a part of the aggro crowd?
Yeah, what did you like being in Global Guts?
Were you a part of it?
No.
He was a
He
piece
was the
of it.
crag.
That's how we met.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, he looked at him. He's like, "Your craggy stature has drawn me
I
in."
thought I recognized you.
Yeah,
I
he's the
always-
old man in the mountain from New Hampshire.
That's
when I'm out and somebody sees these guys or one of these guys and says, "Oh, who are you?" and I always say, "I'm Alex from Silver Spoons." But nobody ever. That's
Yeah,
a different thing.
it doesn't
Right?
work.
Look at that.
I'm
See,
too young,
the king.
or
Yeah,
yeah,
but
too
that's
young
the
for that
I'm
reference.
Yeah, so
older.
it could be.
I'm
It's
old.
plausible because
To
you're
me,
too
I'd
young.
be like, "Oh my god, let me call
exactly.
my dad."
Yeah, no, but then you take a selfie.
and see if he
Dad,
can
I have a
No,
verify
then you
funny
take a
this.
joke.
selfie with that guy, and it's like, look, I got this picture with
Yes,
this guy,
yeah.
and everyone's like, no, you didn't. That's
that
not
guy's
the
no
guy.
one.
That's
He's a nobody.
Whoa, let's not. Okay, you said it. You said it.
When we do
You
that,
seem like someone to me.
Get your 20 later.
you seem like something.
That's a sign. I don't
Sorry,
know if you guys
Jeremy.
caught that. That's a very deep. I don't know.
We think he looks like a thin Andy Milonakis.
Oh,
Well, from
really?
major-
That's insulting.
Many, many reasons.
That's not nice.
From about 20 yards away, he looks like a young Andy Milonakis.
Okay, that's nicer. That's
Yeah.
nicer.
No, then when you get closer, he looks like Mini Me.
That's not.
He does.
Really?
That's not true.
Yeah, no, Vern Troyer.
Okay.
No, Jeremy urinating in
So
the
if you
corner.
get really, really close, so like
gets
20
really
yards,
small.
but there's
It's not proportionate. It's not
nothing
proportionate.
in between. He won't look like anyone.
This is my
to you.
problem, right? I got to stop calling guys
Either
boys.
20.
Oh man,
You know, I'm way too close.
good times, guys. Good times.
How do you guys know each other?
Craigslist? No, we.
That's his favorite.
Agro Craigslist.
That's his favorite go-to joke every single time.
Found Danny
How
on
do you know
Craigslist.
him?
Oh,
You found him on Craigslist.
Danny and I did a TV show together.
Right.
And so we used to hang out a lot
Okay.
in Jersey.
Dallas.
Oh,
It's called
all
Dallas.
right. Dallas. Again, your references
Yeah,
just.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I get a lot
That's
of
the
shit.
problem with
because-
hanging out with a 55-year-old man. He
Yeah,
looks really
it's
good
true.
for his
He's our
age.
Yeah.
mentor. He's our mentor.
That's the whole thing. Is I get shit because I didn't watch Pete and Pete because I'm 38 years old and
You're
it was,
38?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I was
I know.
too like
Whoa.
old. I was into girls at that point. I wasn't watching TV shows on Nickelodeon.
Now
You
he's
kidding me?
into both.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I understand the significance and the relevance of it and how like well
Yeah.
written and how you could never do that on TV now. And I like the
All those
But he was
things.
busy
Look at him
trying
just when he
to
was
get
trying to
some.
get girls.
Yeah, he was trying to get some
Oh,
while
yeah,
everyone
you
else
were
was
just
looking at their
buried
style
in
cable.
pussy.
Ohio.
Pete and Pete were on.
That Ohio pussy's good, right?
Jesus, I didn't realize. Why did you take it there? We'll cut this out.
Okay,
sorry,
how-
listeners.
no.
Sorry
How
about that.
about
No.
like in your high school or whatever? How many pregnancies happened during high school?
Ooh.
In my class, I
Yeah.
think
To your
2 or 3.
knowledge.
Yeah, 2 or
That
3.
I was involved in.
Yeah.
Only 3.
How that you
No,
were
that's not
involved?
true.
in.
Wait, where in
You
Ohio?
introduced them.
Very close. You're in Cincinnati, right?
I was born in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
but
I'm an hour north of that.
do you know
hour
the
north
names?
of that.
An hour north.
It's Lynchburg, Ohio. It's Wilmington-ish, Hillsboro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, very small
oh,
town.
yeah, so
800,
very small.
900 people. Yeah, very
Yeah, but
small
I grew
town.
up in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
okay.
And I think we had pregnancies at 0 that I know of. But
Really?
there were definitely some ones where, like, she had a miscarriage in the toilet,
Oh,
like
Jesus.
stories like that.
Ruined her cheerleading outfit.
No, our colors were red, so
Oh, that's
fit
perfect.
right in.
Yeah, they don't run. As far as I know, I don't think there were any teen pregnancies in my grade while I
had
was
one.
there.
You did?
In your class, or there's only one?
No, not in my class. There was only one.
Maybe. I
Usually
don't
In
know.
my high school, there was a very famous, well publicized, like teen couple that killed their baby, and they were from my high school.
Oh, my God.
Did they leave it on Milford?
Yeah.
What is
No,
it? Wilton
they-
Road
no,
and
they-
East Milford? West
Dude,
Milford?
no.
Clinton Road?
Wait,
and
where
West
did
Milford?
you grow up? LA?
No, in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. I went to
It's the
Ramapo
LA
High
of the
School.
East Coast.
It's the LA of the
Right.
East Coast. It's like Silver Lake.
Did you like
East
go to
Coast.
regular high school after you finished? You like
I
went back to be a boy?
I went to public everything.
Okay.
Yeah, started.
But
when
you
I-
taped in LA, right?
No, P&B was all shot in Jersey.
Shut it. Okay.
P&B was all in Jersey.
She just said shut it, so you
yeah,
can't
so you
talk
must.
to the rest of them.
Where'd you figured it out?
They did that in California.
Okay, so they would ship you out there.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. He did that. He did all that in California.
I don't
he
like
did
when
figure
people
it.
are speaking for
Okay.
me.
Okay, I'll
yeah,
handle
you were on
this.
all that too.
I'll handle
Jesus.
this. I'll handle
Yeah, I
this.
just ran through Nickelodeon.
We spent a lot of
for-
time together.
I know.
You guys.
I'm sorry.
You guys cash
Yeah.
checks from the same corporate paymaster.
That's
true.
That's true.
What's it like working for MTV these days?
Well, I wouldn't know. Because my show is not coming back.
But you still get residuals.
That's true. That's true.
Let's
it was
pay the
fun.
rent. Let's pay the rent
Yeah,
next
yeah.
month.
It's it was you have to like there's the demo that you have to like speak to, and I'm not in that. It's 18 to 24-year-old girls.
You
and
just admitted you were 29.
I'm 29, but not 24. It's been a while.
No, I'm saying so. Were they like you've aged out of this?
No, they just like made us look like we were 24. They dressed us like we were.
You felt right. You felt.
Yeah, I like so, and we were just. I'm still obsessed with like all the same things they are. You know, I got into One Direction and Justin Bieber and all that stuff, and we called the demo. We ended up calling them Demo Lovato because they just love Demi Lovato. So when we talked about that, we were like, oh, the Demo Lovato. Okay, yeah.
The Demo Lovato is going to love this.
Yeah, it's just like everyone, all my fans from the Nikki and Sarah live on MTV were just everyone on Twitter had like their picture is a picture of Harry Styles and their
and
name is like
sort of
love Harry Styles
XX.
Bieber XXO.
Yeah,
It's such a
haircut.
weird thing.
Yeah.
I would never like if I was a fan of someone when I was a teen, I would have never adopted their face.
Well, what about
and put it in?
No.
I wouldn't have done that.
No, I think the New Kids on the Block were way into this. Like they were. I remember all my little sister's friends had New Kids on the Block posters on there. You know,
that's different
what kind
than
of
being like
posters
this
did you
is
have?
who I
But
am on
your wall,
Twitter.
on like the wall of your bedroom is way different.
It's not who I am
But that-
representing myself online. Like
But that was the only way we could represent ourselves
that's a
back
good
then
point.
was cover the insides of our walls and our lockers, like at high school.
Oh
in
yeah,
high
when
school.
you're so obsessed with something, you do want it to be
That's what you do.
every part of you.
So that's what they
That
would
makes
have
sense.
done if that had existed back then.
That
But
totally makes sense.
Thank the Christ it did not.
God, aren't you so grateful?
Yes.
Just missed it.
Yes.
Oh boy,
Did you go to college?
I did. Did you?
I did too.
Yeah,
I did.
So
Did you?
glad-
What a
Jeremy,
Yeah, you
did you?
did. Yeah.
I did.
No?
Yeah, I went to
you
college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And none of
Okay.
us had to deal with cell phones or being super drunk and people videotaping
I
it or
mean,
anything like that.
I can't imagine. Like there's these stories. I don't mean to get so dark here, but there's these stories of these girls like hanging themselves because, you know, they get drunk at a party and they take
someone
it too far. And
videotapes it.
that would have been me. Luckily, I did not drink until way later in my life. But if I would have, if I would have been cool enough in 8th grade that someone invited me to a party and I got wasted, I would have gotten naked and done weird
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
And someone would have taken a picture. And I remember in 8th grade, someone found out that I had watched porn before. Like one of my friends, I told her like I watched porn this weekend. It was kind of awesome.
And then how long did it take to spread?
It spread. She
How long
told
did it take?
It was like my best friend who I trusted. She was like, I told Brittany Burke that you watch porn, and Brittany Burke was like, I mean, her name's Brittany Burke. It
was
just
well.
sounds
It was well known.
Sounds
popular.
like
You knew it was
It
gonna
didn't.
happen.
Well, I
Gabby
thought
Gabber.
it was going to spread, but it never spread. But the thought that Brittany Burke, the most popular girl in school, knew that I watched porn, which I had all this shame about because you don't know that everyone watches it at that age.
It was now
because
something
people aren't
she
watching
could
it.
use against you.
I literally was thinking about killing myself. I remember being in 8th grade being like, I'm going to throw myself off this hotel balcony because of that. So if someone would have had a picture of me naked,
It's bad now.
I would have
It
been
is.
I would have been gone.
Oh, yeah.
Gone baby gone.
Wow.
And it's the saddest thing ever
One
because
cell phone pic. It's group message to everyone in there.
Well, no, I think when we went to high school, it would be like if something happened, you know, we would wake up whatever Sunday, and whoever people recovering would talk about it, and then it would percolate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like that. You know, it would percolate. Now, just the way digital sharing is, everybody knows exactly what happened 3:00 in the morning, Saturday morning. As
know.
soon as it happened, like anybody who checks in anywhere knows what the fuck. I don't know.
it's devastating to think about. If I had a daughter, I'd be like, you stay away from drinking
word.
for this reason,
Yeah.
not because it's gonna like lead to drugs and but because
Destitution. But you will
do
embarrass
something
yourself.
stupid.
And
You'll
someone's gonna
shit your
take-
pants or something like.
Never go to Harvard.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about that too. Like college, I don't even know that I would want my kids to go to college. Like, you don't really need it
it's-
anymore. I mean, you do, but like everyone,
Well,
how do you feel about it?
He didn't finish.
No,
Like,
no,
I didn't.
I followed many other great actors in dropping out of SUNY Purchase.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
one
also some
semester
good,
before,
also some
you could have
good
finished. Right?
Yeah, no, also some good actors finished as well.
Sure.
I was working just recently with Edie Falco and Paul Schultz, and they both graduated.
They both graduated,
Yes,
but
they seem like nice people.
yeah, they've
Successful
done well for
employed
themselves.
actors,
Yeah,
exactly, so.
yeah. But I don't know that unless you're going to. I don't know. I just went and got an English degree because I was just like, I just need a degree. Like, you're just going.
Shut up, Mom.
Yeah, like
Here.
Did what you want.
Here.
and they resent me so much because they paid for it. I didn't want to go, and they're like, "Well, just go." But they still. I know that I like put them in debt a little bit to go, and obviously it all worked out. But I didn't need that degree at all. But I did it.
What are you talking about? You're good at the language now.
I am fluent. You're right.
You speak
you
English.
fluent in
Thank you.
English?
Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Say-
Pretty
what-
good. I'm getting
saying
there.
this is a small sample, but I'm saying
Yeah.
your facility with the
I
language is
did
obvious.
say
right?
we're in agreeance
Word.
last
Oh,
night.
or irregardless or something like that.
Agreeance, and I said it. I was like, ugh. It's agreement. We're in agreement.
That's
right?
the training. That's the old training kicking in.
Yeah,
From the English degree.
the shame that follows me every time I say something so stupid. I'm not smart. I don't read enough. Do you guys read? You look like you read.
Sometimes.
Who looks like they read of this?
That's
You have like
very
a
poor assessment.
scarf on that just gives
Yeah,
you the
it's
air
a-
of someone who reads. Like you
soccer
can't
scarf.
wait to get back into your book.
Disgusting
And you don't
Liverpool
have a Kindle
soccer
because you
scarf.
like the feel of
Yeah,
books.
I totally like the feel of
And
paper
you like
books.
the
smell.
smell
of
I'm like,
mold.
make a Kindle that smells like an old book.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't they do it?
Okay, $2 trillion ideas today. That's one of them.
That's one of them.
I got
Okay.
the other one.
Okay.
Okay. Close your eyes.
are you
Close
gonna
your
do
eyes.
it?
Are you okay? Take your
someone's-
shoes. Take your shoes off because I'm going to knock your socks right through them. Nutella-filled Pop-Tarts.
Why? Why don't those exist?
See?
Yeah.
Why
$1
is that-
trillion. Okay, now we have proof.
Why doesn't that
Yeah,
exist?
but you just
It's
put
a
it out
corporate
Now
there.
you put it out
No,
there.
now we have proof that I thought of it first. So this is
Right.
proof.
Okay, here we go.
So you can't steal it. You can't
Old
steal
book
it.
Kindle.
You can't steal it. Word. Copyright. Let's make the C sign. Copyright.
Copyright.
Son of
Done.
Done.
I don't think that
Papers
counts.
filed. No, it counts.
So if you go out and make those because we're too lazy to really do it, just like kick us back some.
Yeah.
That was a great idea. Smelly old book Kindle. Oh,
Yeah, just,
could just have, like, a
that's all
little,
you
like,
hear is
air
like it
freshener.
doesn't smell like books.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
make one that smells like a scratch and sniff Kindle.
have a crinkly Kindle.
Yeah. There is something nice about finishing a book and being like, boom.
Yeah.
Or just like seeing how much you've done,
Yes.
like, you know.
That's what it is.
Because I'm always
It's
proud of
the
myself when I
proportion.
read.
It's the proportion of
Yeah.
already
you
read
you
to...
can never put a crease in the page of a Kindle
No.
to know where you've stopped.
No.
Like, I only went through 3 times.
You
to read
can't
this
dog
book.
ear. I like to dog ear things.
A dog.
We'll write philosophical questions
hard
in
to
the
do.
morning.
Oh
computer.
yeah, but wait. So you don't read? What was the last book you guys read?
I just got a lot of books as presents.
That's a start.
I just got a lot
I
of
just
books
got-
That's a start.
as presents.
Over the years, I got like book number 2 and book number 6 of the Master and Commander series.
Okay.
You know, they made one of those into a movie with
That's right, with Russell Crowe.
Yeah. So my uncle, never asked me if I wanted
2 through
to-
5, you are sitting out.
Yeah.
You got 1 and 6.
1 and 6.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait till
I read the
figure.
beginning.
They're
I read the
literally
end. I did it.
bookends.
Yeah, no, I figure
For-
in 10 years I'm gonna get the whole thing, and then I'm gonna bother to read them all the way through. I'm
You won't.
stockpiling. Yeah.
What was the last book you read? Seriously, come on, let's
I
come
have
up
to
with
think.
this.
I have
guys.
to
A
think
great
hard.
abridged classic.
Really?
No, I don't know.
That's not the name of a book.
No, that's not.
That would
it's
be a
just-
great name
it's
for a
Oh
book.
yeah, no, I
That
just read all
that
the
I
abridged
opened or
books.
that I read all the way through.
All the way. You took it all the way. I love that you guys don't read
No,
either.
Born Standing Up. I recently
Born
read the
Standing Up,
Steve
isn't
Martin
that
book.
good?
It's incredible.
Okay, I
It's
can't believe
incredible.
I've
And I don't
read a book.
books.
I don't read books either,
Yeah,
but I think
that
a lot
book
of
was
people
incredible.
read that book.
Yeah, totally agree.
It was good. I know. I love this because I walked in here and I'm like, these guys fucking read.
That's not what a basement
No.
apartment says to me.
It for some reason you just gave that. I was getting that vibe when I walked in.
or the elbow pad?
Man.
I probably read a book about Dragon Ball Z recently.
Yeah, what is
Yeah,
that?
do comic
do
books
they have
count?
those? They have Dragon Balls. Of course, they have Dragon Ball Z books.
I'm sure.
I know.
Were you
A lot
playing
of
that
them
on
in
your phone? Did I catch you
Japanese.
playing? What were you playing on your phone? It was some kind
Clash of the Clans. I
Oh
think.
no, it was like a castle game.
of what? What is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. There's like the
Nerd alert.
makers of this
I
game.
wish I could get involved in things
The
like
makers
this.
of
'Cause
this
it seems,
of this game have seen fit to advertise on TV during
Okay.
football, which is like the most expensive.
Oh my god! Well, they're so smart to do so.
Is
There's
it
a
a
lot
99
going on
cent app
there.
or
You should
free?
probably get back in that world and TCB.
Now they're building up for me, but yeah, someone laid waste to my castle
There's so
while
much
we were
to
riffing.
know in that.
No.
What is going on there? There's too much to know.
That's really the way the amount of content
that is a book.
the amount of content that we
Yeah,
produce.
who needs a book when you can,
I mean,
get so involved in that?
I'm just very impressed that you know what's going on in this world. That's a lot to know.
You would have
He
to be
made
on the
that
J
world.
train
Yeah, he
though,
made that
because
whole thing.
this
That
doesn't
world.
work. This doesn't work when you're underground on the subway. It has to be on. It has to be connected to
Oh,
the internet. Yeah.
that's why Danny's not on the trains.
Ooh,
You gotta keep your world going
That's
on.
right. That's once I go underground, my whole world stops.
We generate
I
so
thought
much
I was gonna
content.
be a
I
mole
still haven't
person
thought
one
of
day.
I still haven't thought of a book that I've finished recently. That's
I know. I mean,
Life
I'm
of
no
Pi,
better.
I think, might have been the
Life
last.
of Pi,
my
okay.
little sister gave that to me for Christmas. Like, yeah, Life of Pi,
Yeah.
cookbook.
It's just collecting water in
It's
tarps.
water and tiger.
Rainwater
It's water
and
and
tarps.
tiger
Still
meat. It's
staring.
really weird.
I have a really good recipe for Brian's Tiger.
Oh,
So, Nikki,
How about you? Did you read a book?
Oh yeah.
I really think the last book, I was trying to think of, as I asked that, it sounded like a question I was asking so I could be like, well, I read, and I don't. Wally Lamb is a really good author, and he just wrote a book called We Are Water. And I like every time I read the title We Are Water, I would say We Are Water. I couldn't not read that title.
J.K. Simmons was on Pete and Pete.
Oh yeah,
He was?
Yeah, the
he was a
bald-headed guy
barber.
in the very last episode. He played Barber Dan.
Oh my god,
guy's
that's so cool.
he's a good guy.
How many seasons did you guys do?
How many, Dan?
3 official seasons, but
3
we
official,
did
and then you did.
A couple specials
a bunch of
previous to that.
specials and a bunch of like 60-second
little
vignettes.
Okay.
Vignettes.
And where can you find old episodes?
Online, because we don't. Nobody wants to give us money. I think.
That is
Are we
such
on?
garbage.
Are we on Netflix or no?
No.
No?
Well, I think you can get the DVDs on Netflix, right? Because
You can
one of my
rent the
things
DVDs.
was
I
like-
thought you had no idea what was
Well,
going
the thing
on.
is,
here.
I was
He's never
going to
seen
watch.
the show.
Have you ever watched the show?
Oh, I've watched the show.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
just
when?
not. I haven't seen every episode, and I don't know a lot of the
I love that you guys are still friends.
references.
Who?
You two.
Oh, these-
Well, we never said we
Oh,
were friends.
yeah,
we
no,
just
we just
hang
did.
You
out.
still hang. You still collaborate. I mean, how it's been 15 years? 16?
Longer.
No, longer, way longer.
Really?
1989, we met.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. We met in the 80s.
Oh my god.
I think it was
We were
after.
doing coke with Michael Stipe. And
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Iggy Pop. We did
Iggy
heroin
Pop.
with Iggy Pop. We did coke with Michael Stipe. We did poppers with Kate Pearson.
and
Down-
HGH
we did-
with
and we did-
Summer Sanders.
We did downers with
I wish.
David
I can
Johansen.
only wish that Summer Sanders gave me HGH once,
Jesus.
and I don't remember it.
You just wanted an HUG.
She gave you
I got
HB.
plenty of hugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
So what I was going to ask you before was we do an adventure every episode, right? And this adventure we said goodbye. It was an episode about losing something, and Mike lost something very special to him.
Yeah.
My 92 Cavalier had really run the course. My 1992 Chevy Cavalier, which
Sorry.
I got for free as a ringer car. Yeah.
Oh, so you made out. You how long did you have the car for?
A couple years, 3 years.
Not bad.
But
How
no,
much did you pay for a 92?
Zero. No,
Oh.
I got it as a ringer. I bought a
What
nice.
does that a ringer mean?
A ringer's like if you have a softball team and you bring in like your brother's older
yeah,
friends.
but what does that mean in a car terminal?
The historical car insurance is like $12 a month. But it can't be your only car. You have to have another car to prove to them that you're not driving that
car
every day.
Oh, that's
so. This was
interesting.
my ringer car.
Okay.
And
but you still had to pay for it, no?
yeah, but I insured.
Insurance
It's a
company.
'92 Cavalier. I insured it for like $100 a month or something. You know,
Okay.
not crazy. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I didn't pay anything for it. The car
Okay.
was free.
Okay.
Then things began to break on it, so I'm definitely in the negatives for this car overall.
Okay.
But you loved it.
Yeah, I cared about it, but it was just done.
We decided to give it its final hurrah, and
One last voyage.
we had somebody tag it with a whole bunch of bright spray paint,
Yeah.
and then we drove it around Brooklyn.
Hashtag
so fun.
deceive.
Yeah.
It was awesome driving around in a totally sprayed out car. All these people just staring at the car.
I kept forgetting that we were in what do you call it?
Oh my God.
I kept forgetting that we had a graffiti car. full of-
yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't tell when you're inside the car.
Wait, are these all the...
Except I remembered every time because I couldn't.
You guys
I couldn't
killed
get in
everyone.
yeah, we all died. We
yeah.
couldn't get in the passenger side because he spray painted
painted the door.
The door
Wow, you
handle.
really did spray paint the shit out of this.
Plus, it was 30 degrees.
Yeah, it was really cold outside.
Can I just go up?
For the listener, Mike is showing Nikki on Vine. All of our vines.
reacting to
Nikki is reacting. For the listener,
Ooh.
With
I was
Oh my God, you had to like see it get dumped.
Yeah, I walked back
Oh,
into
that-
I walked back into the yard and just happened to catch it.
That's really... Was it emotional for you to see that?
Yes, yeah. I was like in the middle of pulling shit out of the car when he was like driving the loader by to get another car and just like bumped my car. Like I was like reaching inside the car.
Yeah.
My car was like my car was
that's an
jostling.
accident,
Hey!
sir. That was an accident.
There's two guys working my license plates off the car like this at the same time.
Oh my God. Is that how they do it?
Yes, because they're like
For the listener,
screws
it
were
was
all
two
strapped.
arms.
Yeah. Oh
Like he was
So they were
jacked
just
up
like
and down.
snapping them off the, just snapping the metal off the car.
Wow.
And it was just like, oh, easy pass, gloves.
So
this
where does
thing,
that happen? Where did you drive to?
Oh, just down Metropolitan Avenue, just
Oh
like
my
into the
God.
guts of Brooklyn and Queens.
So are you going to get another historical?
I got a hand-me-down car, so I'm looking good now. But if you wanna see where I'm at, this is the status of the car currently. This is why I was late.
Oh, this is the great.
This is why I was late for today.
This is what he gets for trashing the Cavalier.
I got a flat in my. I just got
is
a car.
This a Prius?
Yes, I just got a car.
Nice.
And I just got a flat, and it's not.
It kind of looks cool. It's like has a one gold rim. It doesn't even look like a spare.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Did you change that yourself?
Yes, I did.
Was that an adventure?
I turned into the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So no,
I have a Jack. No, I have a Jack.
You have a
as
Jack.
Well. Yeah, no, I just
a friend
I
named
put
Jack
the
who just makes you angry.
Get angry. Keeps poking him in the side.
Yes, I did that for our demo Lovato era people would probably call AAA, but
demo
people of my age, I think, would probably also call AAA. But I don't know if I have. I don't think I have AAA.
No one knows if you have it because your parents signed
Right.
you were on your
Do you
parents'
still
account.
AAA?
You're like, can you still use that?
In 2003? Yeah, that's still good, right? You have me in your files. I just have to rejoin for today.
Right.
I'll just if I pay for today, prorated.
Everything's fine. Nothing's happened. Why would you think something happened?
I'm just
the car is
checking.
fine.
Yeah.
The
Can
car
I just
is
prorate my
fine.
membership?
So 70 cents for today.
You know, like Chris Rock, you know.
Yeah.
How much is one rib?
Yeah.
Yes, so
No
I
one's
have
ever told me I sound like Chris Rock, so thank you.
First. That's the state it's in right now. So I'm gonna put the old tire on.
Yeah.
When I get back home.
Danny's text to
But a Prius is pretty sweet.
Thank you.
Danny's text to Mike this morning was, "The Cavalier would never do that to you."
Did you have a name for it?
Il Cavalieri, which I understand is plural, and there was only one Cavalier. They don't agree with each other, but it was
the spark plugs. There are many spark plugs in a car. That's what you were calling them. It was the Il Cavalieri.
Il Cavalieri was my name for the car.
But you take the train, you said.
Yeah, I ride my bike a lot actually too. Living in
Okay.
Greenpoint, it's super easy just to get
that's
everywhere.
true.
Yeah, so I was driving more to get to Staten Island or something like that.
Okay.
Which you should never ever
Go there.
do.
Why were you
Yeah.
going to Staten Island?
Oh, my mother lives there.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's,
I've never been.
you should go sometime.
Oh, it's love. Yeah.
There's a couple
Just
of good
take a
restaurants.
ferry.
What's wrong
have
with
a
Staten
ferry.
Island?
Just
Why does
take a
everyone
ferry.
shit on Staten Island?
Well, there used to be a dump there, and there's still a huge toxic waste site there.
Oh, really?
But there's some good restaurants. There's some good
Okay.
pizza places and some good Italian
yeah,
joints.
I got that in Manhattan.
No, this
Yes,
is good.
but- That's it. If you're gonna make the voyage to Staten Island, you gotta just go to the good pizza joint.
You gotta go to
Yeah.
Good fucking pizza.
okay.
I don't know what you have over by you is like. I guess there's a couple of
Chelsea?
high-end pizza joints, but
Yeah.
Greenpoint's got one, two good ones.
Which one's in Greenpoint? I spend a lot of time in Greenpoint.
There's Pauly G's.
I love
on the
Pauly
end of
G's.
Greenpoint Avenue, and then you got Carmine's, which is right outside
Okay.
the G train stop on Norman Avenue.
Now I like a thin crust.
That's Carmine's.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just turning into our corporate endorsement podcast,
kidding.
top to bottom. Jesus.
I can tell you all the great thin crust places in Jersey to go.
Yeah, but no one ever goes to Jersey.
No one
Yeah,
goes
but
to
see, that's the
Jersey.
thing. It's that's why I get mad. I shit on Staten Island because people shit on Jersey more. I feel like
Yeah, they do.
Well,
way-
people from Jersey shit on Staten Island as they drive through on their
Does
cars.
anyone have Staten Island pride? Because Jersey pride's a thing.
a lot of people do.
Well,
I'm
people
sure.
who previously lived in Brooklyn 20, 30, 50 years ago and then moved to Staten Island as Brooklyn got
A little bit. Yeah.
expensive.
Okay.
I'm holding air quotes over expensive.
Right.
I have super
they're
Jersey pride,
racists.
though.
You do?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yeah. Anytime someone starts talking shit,
That's the name of his
it.
cologne.
Danny's
is
making
Starts
Jersey
doing the
Pride.
Nordic track.
That's
I
it.
start doing the Nordic track.
country.
Yeah.
You just-
I yell and scream.
That was a.
Where's your Bowflex?
You should sell a cologne called Jersey Pride. You really should. It's like
I'm
you and
sure there is one
Yeah,
already.
No, you and
there
Chris
probably
Christie
is, and
could
it's in a
endorse.
nice little Jersey state shaped glass flask.
In Greenpoint, the liquor stores sell vodka in the shape of guns, skulls,
In Greenpoint?
skulls, grenades.
Ew.
Yeah, the liquor stores in Greenpoint. That's what that's their the gimmick.
I haven't been to a bar or liquor. I quit drinking 2 years ago, and my life has changed because of it. I don't go to bars anymore.
I guess you.
Do you guys drink?
High five.
Yeah.
Do you? I miss it. I was just thinking because
I
on the
miss
way over here, I was
reading. I
thinking
miss
of
reading more
what
than I
adventures
miss-
do I have, and I'm like, I don't have any because I don't drink anymore.
Oh no,
I don't go on.
January is about the Christmas hangover.
the whole January is just like we excess during Christmas and we sort of glutton up and whatever.
Yeah.
And January is like, oh, I got to get rid of the
You're
Cavalier.
slowly crawling out of this,
I
like...
gotta pay the bills from Christmas.
Yeah, January sucks.
Yes, it sucks. Like, oh, the days are still
It's
so
like
short.
it's a Sunday after a Saturday where you fucking...
And you're looking at all
Yeah.
the embarrassing naked pictures from the party from last night.
Yes. And you
Everybody's
contemplate suicide. Yes.
but you stayed in. You didn't go to any of those
that's
parties.
right. Yeah,
But
I didn't do anything.
But you follow all these party people, so you get to see all their embarrassing.
I mean,
pictures
it is great, like not having to have hangovers anymore, and like when people when I hear about them or read tweets, I'm like, I don't. But I'm still doing exactly what those people are doing.
Do you have a brunch cutoff when people are like, oh, we want to meet you for brunch, but like we're really, we had a really late night.
I don't. No, I don't go to brunch with people. I don't do anything.
What are you talking about?
I feel like I don't do
Sunday or Saturday. It's
Like, I don't do things
It's
that-
noon, and your friends are like, let's get something to eat. Do you like, okay, but let's get this done because I'm not meeting you till 2. And
I don't. But that's the thing. I don't hang out with like people who drink anymore. It sucks.
It doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck, but it's
So
different.
ask us that question again.
Do you guys drink?
No, we don't drink.
No, we don't drink. Do you want
I
to
wish
get
I
brunch?
did.
No, you want to get brunch?
But the thing, I would love to get brunch with all of you.
Not Jeremy. He drinks. Yeah, not Jeremy.
I'm talking
I
to you
drink
in
like a
there.
fish.
Whatever his name is.
Tom the burglar.
Tom the burglar.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I just think that adventures, my adventures mostly stem from when I was drinking. But now I'm just pretty boring, I think. But I enjoy it, I guess.
Can you strike a middle ground?
I think you have to choose to go on adventures when you're sober. You have to be like, let's go on an adventure. And then it doesn't really, it doesn't have the same, like,
Then you end up
oh my God,
Yeah.
guess what happened? Because it's too planned.
you end up
LS
on Canal Street haggling, and you're like, "This is a great day.
Yeah,
I got $3 off this bag." And
That's not an adventure. Yeah.
I mean,
Does LSD count when you're sober?
I think so. I think you could do that. I mean, it's all like what you like. I don't smoke pot anymore either.
But it's totally different receptors, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I think LSD is more like
Oh, forget about brunch, by the way.
why? Because no pot. I suck. I know. No fun. Glazer. That's what my friends call me.
Yeah?
no,
No.
fun Glazer.
No,
No. That better not be a hashtag.
I mean, you don't go to brunch in order to do drugs. I'm just
No, I
giving I'm
know.
just giving an example. No, I'm giving an example.
I'll
Like,
have eggs
you have
Benedict
a sober
and
life,
Here's the
right?
thing. Yes, but I am the one who's always like pushing things back still because I like just want to stay in bed and like do nothing. I don't want.
Watch Hulu.
I
whatever.
still act like I'm hungover even if I'm not. Like I still like to just. I miss just being able to do nothing and
Nothing?
have an excuse for it.
Yes.
Going
Because
through
you're
the motions.
legitimately sick. When
And you're
you're
saving
hungover,
money now.
You are sick.
You're saving money now
Oh,
on
so
booze and
much
drugs,
money.
so it's like win-win.
Yeah.
Win.
But I spend it now on like others. Now I'm like, I have all this. So then you go spend it on
Netflix or-
food.
Oh, yeah.
You order in a lot.
I took a month off. That's
That's not easy to do.
Well, I was on drugs. I was on like what are they called?
Oh, like
yeah.
So you had to.
Antibiotics.
Antibiotics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is that what they call
I-
them now? The antibiotics?
Yeah, that's the new. That's the kids are calling
Yeah.
it.
I thought it was called like
man,
ice
you got
or
that
something.
Zithromax, man.
Yeah.
Give me that Z-Pack,
Yeah,
man.
Oh, okay. Here you go. So, do you ever get recognized?
No.
No. Do you ever?
Do you ever get
Do you
recognized?
ever get recognized? I got a parasite. Coming home from Japan, I spent my last 1,000 yen on some airport sushi in Tokyo.
Oh shit.
Got my last
expensive.
1,000. Oh, I got my last 1,000 yen. I get some airport sushi.
Oh, perfect. It's gonna even out.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be good. I don't want to eat that on the plane. So start feeling sick halfway through the plane. I land in LA. 102 fever.
Oh no.
Illegal fireworks in my baggage.
No.
They wheel me right through customs in a wheelchair. I'm like, my head's lolling back. I'm like, they don't even care about the fireworks. They don't even check my bags. They
That's
just want to get rid of me.
brilliant.
They just want to get rid of me.
Are you puking and
They
everything?
wouldn't.
Like, are you...
No, but they wouldn't give me like anything on the plane. I was like, "Can I have seltzer? Can I have apple juice? Can I have a Advil?" They were like, "Can I have
That's
anything?"
torture.
Oh, they couldn't give me much of anything on the plane. I was starting to feel real. So they dumped
Just
me in
some
the.
smiles?
They dumped me in the
I thought
airport.
they wouldn't even give him that.
They dumped me in the airport. It's
So-
the middle of the day.
Can they tell? Obviously, you're like white and
Ashen. I'm
you're
ashen. I'm
you're
in a wheelchair
paler
to get
than
off the
normal.
plane.
paler than normal. That's
put
what
me,
I meant.
put me in a wheelchair to get off the
PTN.
plane. They pushed me right through customs because it was an international flight coming through Bradley. Big stamping. This is a stamping
Jesus.
motion because they had stamps back then when I was traveling.
Oh, really? They
Yeah.
still stamp.
They still.
Everyone's working.
Back then and
It's the
now.
middle of the day. Lori Beth Denberg is the only person who
Shut
can pick me up from the airport. Lori Beth Denberg.
Friends with Lori Beth Denberg still?
Lori Beth Denberg from All That and various
Old
various
School.
and Old School, various Nickelodeon show fame.
Yes.
Is the only person. She's working on a show she's working on the Steve Harvey show at the time.
Oh, I remember she's on that.
And she was able to. That's close to the airport. And she was able to pick. It wasn't
so
close to the
nice.
air. It was in the valley, whatever it is. She was able to pick me up. I'm sick. I have a parasite inside. I do not know this. She's like tolerates me hanging out on her couch.
But they
She's
wheeled
like,
you out. How do you not know that?
I don't know. I don't know. She's like, you have to go to the hospital. We're going to the hospital. We're going to the hospital. We're going to the hospital. That night, after I'm like suffering on her couch for half a day, that night, however late it is, we go to the hospital. We're in the valley in an emergency room, and this young black kid recognizes her from the Steve Harvey show.
Hilarious.
And he loves her. He loves that she's there. And it was
I bet
like,
she gets recognized all the time.
It was so heartwarming. It was so heartwarming.
It's a popular show.
I got $100 worth of Cipro, 10 pills. This was the year 2000 or something like that. I can't even remember. And we got out of there, and I was fixed.
But you didn't get recognized. So the answer is still no.
Lori Beth Denberg got recognized. That was such a great. That was.
You must get recognized.
Yeah, occasionally.
He does.
How often? How often would you say? What's your once a week?
Well, if I'm at work, it's like.
Where do you work? What are you doing now?
I work as an electrician on various films and television. So,
is that true?
Yeah. So I mean, if MTV was a union employer, I would have worked.
Right.
But,
You're an electrician.
Yeah,
on
I
shows
do.
now.
I do lights
That's amazing.
and crap and lighting.
Cool.
So I was most recently working on Nurse Jackie. Before that, I was working on Boardwalk Empire.
Nice.
It's like I know the
Nurse Jackie films here.
yeah in Queens in Astoria.
Oh, that's cool.
So
At
Cliffhanger. No, in Astoria in Kaufman Astoria Studios, which is like
right.
old timey,
Yeah.
very boring.
Oh, neat.
KAS.
And where are you working?
Me, I work for myself.
Are you still acting?
Yeah, I still do
He
acting stuff.
used to have a wine route.
I used to, when I first moved to New York, I delivered wine.
That's
for
cool.
My great-grandfather started the oldest Italian wine company in New York.
Oh my God.
Jenko.
Jenko? The jeans?
No,
Jingle
it's
pipe?
called Vinvino Wine Company.
Wow.
Because his name was Vin, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why it's French and Italian, but it just is.
I like that.
I was a bike
Vinvino.
messenger for a couple months.
Yeah.
When I was younger and crazier.
That's dangerous.
Very. Oh, I had a taxi break his side view mirror off of my back.
Oof.
Trying to kill me.
Once when I was auditioning at a young age, my dad drove me in to some place on Broadway, and I was coming out, and I see Mike, who's just standing there, like, looking all like, oh, I don't know what happened. Someone jacked his bike right in front of the building that we were in, so my dad had to give him a ride.
Oh my God. That's fucking funny.
Damn bike messengers and their problems.
Yeah. It was in that like crossover time where I was post Pete and Pete, was working post bike messenger working, but still had a bike, trying to act and audition still.
Right.
Oh,
Now,
I'm
do
gonna-
you miss the acting and auditioning?
Sure.
No, auditioning's the worst.
the
Auditioning
worst.
fucking blows.
Is it the worst?
It's
I
alright.
don't like it.
It's terrible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even
Back in the day, you used to be able to, if you had a little clout.
sure.
I didn't audition for all that or
I had
figure it
a
out.
Yeah,
cloud
I just
on
got
the
to
side of
move
my
on
head.
and move on. Now
Yeah, now you gotta go back and-
because everybody's doing it.
That's true.
Everybody's doing what?
Auditioning.
Oh, I thought everyone was doing antibiotics.
Well,
Yeah, well,
when you need them, if you have a parasite, I suggest taking antibiotics.
My
If you've
God.
learned anything from this podcast today,
Oh, damn.
it is
Cipro was that super drug, though. That definitely killed it right away. Whatever it was.
probably kill
ew,
some
you
of
got
your
like some
inside
kind
too.
of parasite in a sushi
To
thing.
sing about Alien, right?
Narita Airport, Tokyo.
It's funny because
sushi.
people are like, never get sushi at an airport, but you're like in Japan.
Yeah.
You're like,
It-
maybe it'll
Come
be
on.
okay.
It's
It's the
okay
safest
here,
place,
right?
right?
Yeah.
It's the safest place. I think I can go with the kidnappers. Okay, this is Brazil after all. I think it's going to be safe. For 90% of these kidnappings,
Wait,
I'm well.
I want to. Okay, going back to auditioning. When you were a kid auditioning, was that a little? I mean, obviously there's less pressure, or was there still the same amount of pressure? As
Way
a kid?
less.
Show
way
your
less
hands.
pressure.
Show your hands. What's your name? How old?
Show your hands.
What's your name?
on-
How old
Oh
are you?
yeah.
Show your
This-
hands for
yeah.
commercials.
Oh my God, I
whenever,
wish they still did that.
Whenever you were auditioning, of course, because people would be jazz hands now. We were
Yeah.
scared to hell at the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was for commercials. You had to, they wanted to see if you looked like a mutant or if you could hold their product. I don't know.
I remember being in an audition once with this weird. It was like a group of like kids came in and he walked in with his. You get like your card sheet and the Polaroid that they take, and he wrote 10 on the back of it. And when they pan to him, they're like, "Okay, what's your name?" He goes, "My name is blah 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 blah. I'm 7 years old, and I give myself a 10." And I'll never forget. I was probably like 9. I was not much older than he was, but I recognized that was like
So lame.
so lame and so like, what are you doing, dude? I booked that commercial.
Did you?
Yeah,
I buried that boy.
I killed him.
I killed him.
But did you guys want to act, or was it something your parents?
I don't
wanted you
think
to
my
do?
parents wanted to pay for college, but I also really wanted attention as a kid.
Yeah.
There's some truth to that.
Which part?
Both.
Yeah.
I had the
But you
same-
didn't have like Lohan parents that were like, "Do
No.
it."
No.
Do it. Support my drug habit.
I could have been Jason James Richter in Free Willy.
No way.
Yeah, but my mom said it was a bad script and I shouldn't do it. Because it was like, she said, and I quote, "I don't want you to have to be on the psychiatrist's couch over
That's
it."
amazing. She's
I guess
protecting you.
it didn't seem like it was that terrible of a movie, but, I guess
No,
it was like
it didn't get
abusive, like
panned.
adults or something.
But it was. I don't know that was a bad choice in your mom's
I'm okay
part.
with it.
Yeah,
I'm totally
it's
cool
good.
with it. I am Mighty Ducks under
You
my
could have been the
belt.
kid that
That's
was
fine.
like,
Yeah.
Really jumps over you.
Yeah, you know how many people would have made fun? Then I would have had to
That
go
would've
into
been fun to work
professional
with whales.
children's school. No, not after watching
Blackfish?
Blackfish.
You would have been ostracized out of regular school.
Oh man,
if
that
you had
would've-
done Free Willy.
Oh, totally. I think of all the Michael Jackson jokes.
when you
all the-
when you read
Yeah.
for when you read for like a big movie, they'll audition you and then they'll make you read a different part. And they'll make you read a different part. And like when going for Slackers, I had to read my part, and then I had to read Jason Segel's part, and I had to read Devin Sawa's part.
Yeah, and
You know,
then,
in my second or third callback, when I felt I
Wow.
was up there. So they made Danny read for both that and Willie, I think, in the script.
Oh,
that's
did you
not
read
nice.
for?
You know what? You know what that was? That was a fat joke, and it's funny.
Oh,
It's
it was a
real
fat. I
funny.
didn't even get it was a
Yeah.
fat
Wow.
joke.
No, I didn't react
I didn't
to
pick
that
up the fat
whatsoever.
part at all. I just
Don't
thought it was
let
like
me
you
be
read
bullshit.
for a
He
whale.
was calling me a
But
whale.
now
That's
I get
fine.
it.
Now you get
I
it. It's
get
funny.
it now.
Jeremy
Yeah, I screen
laughed.
tested for
Dude, no.
heavyweights, and I wasn't fat enough, dude. So
Aaron Schwartz.
Fuck off.
Aaron Schwartz is doing pretty well for himself, I would say.
Who's Aaron Schwartz? Is he the fat kid in heavyweights?
He was one of the
He
kids
was
in
one of them.
heavyweights.
He was also on Pete and Pete.
He played the drummer Clem with
Clem.
the sideburns
Yep.
in Danny's
It's
band.
too long. I have to go back and watch. I loved that show, guys. It
It still holds up.
Did you
I
know it
will-
was
I will-
magical when you were making it? Did you feel
Of
I
course,
had a
it was,
lot of fun.
except for being in
Yeah.
Jersey, it was magical. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
fun?
see, I had no problem being in Jersey. I got to go back
Who was
home
the
and hang
girl
out.
in it? That
Allison Finelli.
Ali Finelli.
Yeah,
Ellen?
she was great.
Yeah,
She's a really cool person,
she was a girl and a friend.
but not a girlfriend.
That's right.
Okay.
Now she is a doctor.
Really?
Yeah. She saves lives in North
With
Carolina.
child, a doctor with child.
Awesome.
Baby's lives, right?
Yeah,
Baby
she's
doctor?
And what's Artie doing?
Toby acts. He's an actor.
A lot.
Yeah, he
he's
does
in
a lot
LA.
of stuff.
Next time you go to LA, you should look for him.
I'm not going to do that, but
What are you talking
like,
about?
what, I just
Why
go
not?
look for him.
Yeah, no,
Just
he's
on the
a
streets.
Comb the streets.
prominent
Yeah.
chin. Yeah, he's just. You could find
I'm
him.
going there tomorrow, so I'll add it to my.
Are you honestly going there?
I'm going to LA tomorrow at 9:00 in the morning.
I'm sure that there's like one man shows and comedy shows, and I think he has worked on Thrilling Adventure Hour before, at least in the show that we saw. I
Yeah.
don't know how often he works
Okay.
with them, but do you know that?
No.
Do you know that show?
What is that?
Thrilling Adventure Hour?
Never.
Oh, it's like an old timey radio. It's fucking genius.
That's really
Okay.
good.
Really good. Yeah.
They do
So-
everything on stage, and they have their script, and they read it out like
Hey,
old
you'll be
school.
in LA tomorrow. They'll probably
Maybe I'll-
they'll probably give it to you at the airport. They'll be like,
They'll agree.
And you
It's
won't have
like
to audition
getting laid
either.
in Hawaii. They just hand you a script.
I love the idea that you could get like a brats here. Welcome to Green Bay. You know, welcome.
That'd be awesome.
You could welcome. You know, you get like one of those. What do they call them? Hurricane glasses down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I just went
Yo,
to New Orleans.
Welcome to New Orleans. Here's your
First time last
here's your
week.
gallon of
And
alcohol.
how was that without?
Exactly.
Drinking and
Everyone
going to
who
the bar.
was like, "You gotta go to this place." I'm like, but I don't drink. They're like, "I don't know what you're gonna do there." And I was like, "I don't know either. I'm just
Did
gonna
you
look
get-
at
did you get
cemeteries."
French toast and donuts and stuff? Because that's what I would do there.
I mean, we just
Even
ate
with or
a
without
lot of
drinking.
food. Yeah, we just went to restaurants and ate a lot of
French places?
Yeah.
You can have a parade in New Orleans all on your own.
Yeah, I just heard that in someone's stand-up joke.
It's a real thing.
I heard that. Hannibal Buress has a joke about...
And
he
then
was
I think
there.
that's where I know.
That's where you
I
know
know
that you
it
can
from.
just make your own you
Yeah.
can hire a parade for like a
Right.
couple $100.
Not even. I think it's even cheaper than that. I think
that's
you just
ridiculous.
like.
I
and
think
then
it's
you
probably
get to,
cheaper in New
you get
York,
to
actually.
have-
Tell your
There's more out of work musicians in New York than there are
my
in
God,
New
yes.
Orleans. You get a cheaper. You could hire your own cheaper parade, but New York has this bullshit cabaret license stuff that.
That's right. You can't be.
There's all this bullshit in New York. These old
I
ass
gotta wonder,
laws.
like, what kind of license do you need to procure to be able to sell your wares on like Union Square? Like, you know how those
If
guys
it's
have like
books,
little tables that
if
are
it's
like
books, you don't need nothing.
really you can
Yes.
set
Is
a
that true?
book table anywhere.
First
Yes,
Why?
First Amendment.
What is that?
It's the First Amendment. It's
To
the free,
sell books?
It's the free dissemination of ideas because it's books. Because it's the printed.
But you can make money off.
yeah,
selling
all
them.
over New York. You'll see
See, I
all
thought you
over New
always
York.
had to have the little
You
badge
can also,
thing
as a
with the
woman,
hot dog
walk
vendors.
topless anywhere in New York.
There's been a lot of high fives given out
Jeez.
today.
All right.
A lot of high
And
fives.
Spirits are high.
Spirits are high.
And no one, you can't. They'll arrest you, but then they
they'll be
have
like,
to let
okay,
you go.
sorry, it's-
Like there's some chick
it
that's been
was a
arrested like
mistake.
20 times for doing it, but then she's always gets
Proving a
like,
point, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, is it you, Steve? Oh,
You could just walk fucking
Hey Marie,
topless.
this is the third time this week.
Yes,
you know,
there's the topless book reading club in
there's
Central Park.
No,
there's an
there is
elementary
not.
school.
yeah.
That's a real thing.
That
No,
exists
he's-
too. You're gonna have to
stop
write
it.
down a lot of search
Stop
terms
it.
for after the show.
He's very good.
No, there
at
is. No,
saying
there is not.
things
No,
that
no.
Make you sound
I
No,
like
I'm
believe
telling the
this.
truth. No,
I
I'm
believe
telling the
him.
truth.
I do.
am.
I believe you right now.
So it combines two things that have really fallen off and
Two things that none of us are doing
Yeah.
enough. of.
reading and boobies.
that should be the next adventure. Just topless book reading in the park.
I can't get behind the topless thing. I could go just because you guys don't know this, but like being just topless, you need a bra. Like when I look at women in Africa, I'm not like, oh, that would suck to live there because of like the famine and AIDS. I'm like, I would
You
want
want
to
to
be wearing a
distribute.
bra.
You want to distribute bras to
that
everybody.
looks painful
Yeah.
from a sagging boobs
Point of view.
Yeah,
Think of all the bras they burned back in the 60s if they had just sent them over
You
to
could start
Africa.
a charity
bras for
to
Africa.
bras to Botswana.
Bras for Botswana. Oh my god!
You could send. You could do.
$1 trillion
This is
idea.
three
That's
ideas.
I really do want to send bras to Africa. That's a great. That would blow their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know how
Here,
good. And
take-
girls
take
will-
our Western
once your
idea
girls
of
say
beauty.
like, "I
Here.
love taking off my bra," but those girls don't have boobs. But if you do, it's miserable to not wear a bra. Like it's not like fun. You've seen the pictures of girls in Africa's with their in Africa's. What am I talking? Jesus Christ!
Hey, yo, it's in Africa.
no,
you
in
know what I'm saying?
Africa's-
You was in Staten Islands earlier. Now you're going. I understand what you're
Yeah, I know.
saying.
I know what you're
But
talking about.
that's a great idea. I could honestly start a charity for bras for Botswana.
And you could fund it with the money
But why
that you
just
made from your
Botswana? Just
crinkly
because
book
it's-
Kindle.
there's some
'Cause
alliteration
There's
going
alliteration,
on?
yeah. Change your country to a B
English?
name, and
Yeah.
maybe I'll send you some bras.
You better believe it.
Bras for Britain.
Yeah.
They have
They
enough
have
bras.
They have
They have
enough
enough
bras.
bras.
Bonnets, they got car boots, they got all kinds of bees.
Wow.
This guy.
They got funny
What were you
names for
doing in
things.
Japan?
Oh, that time?
Yeah. Let me guess. You met a girl online.
No. I went
The
first time. The
Oh,
first
you
time.
went
I,
2000.
AOL chat room.
no, the first time I went to Japan, I made a friend in college at SUNY Purchase.
Okay.
Actually, and then I went back to visit her family. Oh no,
A friend.
I'm lying. The first time I went to Japan was for my uncle's friend's wedding.
Okay.
And then all the subsequent times I went and stayed with a friend.
Do you love it?
Japan?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The last time, or the second to last time, it was 1999 turning into 2000, and I was sure America was going to blow up.
Oh,
and
right.
And I
You're
was going
like-
to be a novelty. I'd be like, I would learn Japanese real quick, and then I would just be that funny guy on the comedy show. Like,
Do they like love you over there? Like, do they love white guys?
yeah, but you have to be like taller.
Really?
I'm not that tall. You're taller than I am. They would love you.
How tall are you?
I don't know.
You know.
My license says something, but I think I'm 5'7.5".
Yeah, I think we
5'7"
both. I think we
that's not
both
bad.
say 5'9", right?
The Knicks have me listed. The Knicks have me
5'9"
listed
sounds
as
so much
5'9"
better.
and 180, but we both know that I.
We don't know what's going on.
Yeah. What do you say?
Yeah, you're 5'8". I
Mike
would give
is
yourself a
standing up to get a
5'8".
visual
Thank
height
you.
measurement.
But I was definitely looking at you from sitting on a couch. And I'm
Perspective.
just,
Yeah, you're like, wow, there he is tall.
Oh no, I mean you could pick me out of a crowd in Japan, no problem. I had a great time.
my boyfriend's 5'8". I don't have a problem. I'm taller than him.
I bet
The
he
thing
loves
is,
that.
he does.
He does?
But he always, I think, always dated girls shorter than him. But
What a breath of fresh air!
he was
He's like
surprised that he's very tiny. He's Peter Dinklage, and
score Game of Bones.
no kidding. I saw him at he goes to my gym. I have to brag. I saw Peter Dinklage at my gym. It was pretty awesome.
Sweet.
He probably gets called out all the time.
He's probably like the only celebrity
was.
in New York that wasn't on Pete and Pete. Come to think of it.
Really? Yeah. Everyone went through. Who are some big names?
BB Newirth,
Oh wow.
Iggy Pop, David Johansen.
Iggy Pop?
Michael Stipe.
Iggy Pop, yeah.
Michael
Iggy Pop.
Stipe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
All these, it was
You
like a
guys
lot
have
of
the
rockers.
best theme song. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
Ever.
Yeah.
How was your theme song?
It was pretty decent. It was by Iconopop.
That was a good. There, when that song was in Girls, I didn't know how to react.
That I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either. I wasn't crazy about that song, but our theme song was like, it was fine. It was fitting.
And then there's
The Demo Lovato was
Oh,
super
they
about it.
dug it.
yeah, no, they love that song.
But the thing is, MTV, my only issue with them was that we were a late night talk show that should have been on every single night, and then everyone would have found out about us. But like, we were on once a week, and no, they didn't promote. They didn't have any commercials, so no one even knew. And they only
Right.
aired us once because it was a topical show. They were like, we can't repeat it.
You needed momentum.
So there was no repeats, no
consecutive,
advertising, and then
right.
they were like, not enough people are watching. We're like, well, why
Duh.
not?
Yeah.
Like obviously. So that was why we did. But anyone who saw it really enjoyed it. I got recognized for like the first time ever last night at Froyo Place, 16 Handles.
Froyo place?
I go to 16 Handles like every day.
Where
I'm
is
kind
that?
of
Is that
addicted
on
to it.
8th Avenue or something?
There's one. I was in Williamsburg, the one right off the Bedford stop.
I think there's drugs in that.
There's
at
one.
that
There's
place.
one on
That was the
Nassau.
front.
Yeah. There's one on Nassau that looks like it was.
Yeah, there's
From
some yogurt
space.
places that look.
It's like from the year 2500 in a space station.
They
yogurt.
do look
Yeah.
like they're trying to be like a futuristic.
There's also a futuristic fried chicken place on 30th Street, Koreatown. You feeling Koreatown?
Why are you looking at me?
Because
I don't
Are
know
you
what
feeling it? Are you
he
feeling
doesn't
it?
eat-
He doesn't
no,
eat flesh.
Jeremy doesn't eat meat. Although yesterday,
That's an interesting way to put it. It makes it sound like
I
I
didn't
don't
put
eat.
it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
put it like that. I would never say it.
How long
like that.
have you been a vegetarian?
14 years. Wow. Yeah, a long time. But yesterday, I do these things once in a while as a joke, like to my nieces and nephews. I'll just grab a piece of bacon and eat it. And I've only done it twice. Once was like a year ago when I did it to them, and they freaked out. And then yesterday, we were eating pizza. We were shooting a sketch, and
You guys are shaking
grabbed-
your heads. So
I grabbed a
sad.
piece of
because I
pepperoni.
wanted to
and
see
ate
it.
Yeah, Danny was very upset because our other friend Brendan, who this is how we met, he saw it and Danny didn't. And I do it for shock value. I thought it was funny.
And now,
So I
how
pepperoni.
does your
believe
body
it.
react to it?
I died for about 7 minutes.
Do you feel
No,
weird?
I was no, I didn't. It was just one piece, and I had
Why
all
do
this
you
other shit
not
that I was
eat
jamming
meat?
in
What's
my face.
the reasoning behind that?
I just felt healthier because in Ohio, growing up, in college, all I would eat was like fast food and
Yeah.
garbage. So I stopped that and started. All my friends were vegetarians.
Did you
so-
lose like so much weight?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
shed
but
the
then-
nickname Andy Milanakis at that point.
Oh right, that's right.
You
moved
start
on from
eating
that.
like, I don't eat meat, but I'll eat those 3 Snickers bars and that
Yeah,
bag
those are
of chips.
Oreos
and-
are vegan.
That's
Yeah.
my problem. No.
So
no.
it took a
Oh,
while
now
the
they are?
adjustment. to-
They're vegan. They've
Are you
always
sure?
been.
No,
vegan.
they haven't.
what?
Oh really?
Oreo
No
They-
protein in there?
No. When I went
Whey?
to elementary school with a Muslim girl, she was saying that Oreos had lard in them, so she could not have them.
Oh,
yeah.
see, I've always heard that Oreos are like natural, not
maybe
naturally,
maybe
but
out
always have
in
been vegan.
St. Louis, maybe like west of the Mississippi, they're
Maybe.
vegan or something like that. I doubt
But
it.
I think that there's something to that. Like, I think your body did kind of want bacon. I think you want to do it for the shock value, but there's something in you that's like, just give us a little bit.
Yeah,
Well,
it's the,
that's
it's
the
the
thing.
Applebee's
Bake-
in you.
Yeah, the Applebee's and no. That's the thing though. Bacon is the gateway, is the crossover drug back to non-vegetarianism.
Then next
They
thing you know,
got
you're
a
eating
lot of veggies
kielbasi.
too.
Yeah, that and alcohol. Mix those two, alcohol and bacon, and
Yeah, do you ever
have
get
Brooklyn.
drunk and
You
go
have
like,
Brooklyn
I'm
circa.
just gonna eat some meat?
I did a Christmas at a German place in the village. I think they had like everybody singing songs and drinking huge things of beer, and they had bacon and the sauerkraut, and I just gorged. I didn't even give a shit. I was so drunk, and
Yeah.
So when I have a few in me, and
Yeah, but if you're a
But it's only
vegetarian
happened, like,
most
3
of the time,
times.
it's okay. It's not
Yeah.
like you're like, you need to
Yeah.
like say 14 years totally. Like no one cares.
It's
Nobody
okay,
cares.
Jeremy. You don't
Plus,
have to
when you
turn
order-
in. You don't have to turn in your
doesn't get a
Vegetarians
token
Anonymous
for every
coin.
year.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he
You don't have to
doesn't
turn
get
in your
a necklace with
14-year
all
coin.
these
it's not
rings
gonna
on
get
it.
it's not gonna get punched. My card if I eat pepperoni again. Well, Nikki,
Yeah?
thank you so very much
Oh
for
my
hanging
God,
out with
this
us.
is it?
Yeah,
This has
Unless
been
you
a
want-
fun.
No, we
If
can
you
talk
wanna
for
keep
another
going,
hour. Yeah, I would
yeah.
like to
This has
talk.
been such a joy.
Okay, well, you're
You
on.
guys are fun. How long have you been doing this podcast?
Does it show?
You,
You're
I
number
really
episode
honestly
5.
don't.
You're number
Really?
5. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
really good, guys.
well, thank
I
you.
honestly, I was thinking like in the hundreds.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, you have a thing going.
Come on.
Come on, we would have moved out of a basement apartment by now. If it was in the
No,
hundreds.
there's no money in podcasting. You
No,
know better.
Just ask Todd Barry.
Oh yeah,
What is that?
you should have Todd Barry on your podcast.
That's a reference, right?
He's the last Todd Barry podcast I listened to you were on.
Oh,
you talked
really?
about you got hit by a taxi cab.
Yeah, I got hit by a car. Yeah,
Crazy.
that was nuts.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
No.
But I've almost been hit by taxi cabs. So like, it's a thing. Like you guys probably have stories of almost getting hit.
I've been struck in the knee before, and I punched the hood of the taxi
Yeah.
I've been
cab.
hit by a car a number
And
of times.
it will happen. I've hit people with cars. When I was 16, I hit a guy and almost killed him. Yeah, I picked up the car and I just slammed him with it.
Nikki mad.
There's a lot more
would've
room.
thought that
There's a lot
about
more
you
room
at
in
all.
Missouri.
No, yeah, there's so much room to just swing your mom's Land Cruiser. Yeah, be careful out there, guys.
Be careful.
Yeah, the roads
Be
are still
careful.
icy, but the spirits are still high. And thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Give us
Yeah,
some,
you got any
give us some
plugs? What do you got?
What do
Yeah,
you got going on?
give us some plugging.
I am going to be on the road a lot coming up. So when is this going to be
She's on a
airing?
flight to LA tomorrow.
I'm going to be in
Yeah.
LA this week. Tons of shows there, but don't
It should be
care
up
about
by
that.
the weekend.
Wait, what? By the weekend? Okay. Well, if it's Friday night, you should come see me in Chicago at the Hideout. And
yeah.
if it's next week, the 23rd through the 25th, I'm going to be in Appleton, Wisconsin at Skyline Comedy Club. And then the 28th through the 27th through the 1st, I'm going to be in Madison, Wisconsin at Comedy on State.
Good cheese curds there.
Yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
the cholesterol tour.
I
aren't
know,
you?
I am. It's going to be something.
Good luck not drinking.
I know. No, I'm in it to
in the
win
beer
it.
capital of the state of the
I know, there's
the
nothing else to do
Midwest.
there.
Did you hear what the lady said? She said she's in it to win it. Why don't you back off?
I'm going to win it.
Did she say she was in it to win it?
I did.
When did you say that? Just now?
Just now.
Well,
Oh, okay.
you weren't paying attention because you were blathering.
Blathering, great word.
I have been guilty of that
Do
occasionally.
you read?
I
He
do
can't
read
say that he's
sometimes.
finished a book. Oh, do comic
can't.
books count? I was going to ask. Do comic
Yeah,
books
I
count?
think so.
Oh,
Graphic
East of
novels.
Graphic
West.
novels.
Oh, East of West.
Is that great?
Yeah, Lock and Key are just sick
Okay.
novels. that you
Okay.
should read.
I think graphic novels are the next thing
Damn, dude.
for me to tackle.
Damn.
Do you
right.
read them on like your iPad?
No.
You like the smell of a graphic novel.
I like to sniff the page.
Okay.
For the listener, Mike thinks that he can speak without a
Yeah,
microphone.
you maybe that your 5 episodes is showing when you lean back.
You've
been away a long time,
I'm
you
in a
know?
lot of pain. I had
you
to.
hurt
your back?
I got a flat tire on the old Prius, and I had to pull the
Yeah.
thing off for the first time, and it took a real fight to get the flat tire.
Oh,
off.
you're in some pain right now?
I was making phone calls, just inquiring as to was there anything special required to get the wheel off the car. I took the lug nuts off, and they were pristine, and I just yanked at the wheel for a long time, not wanting to pull the car off the jack onto myself.
Oh, right.
And then it finally
You
popped
should have
off.
called AAA.
No, it finally popped off with a sound.
You should have called AAA.
No.
and now you have to
Forget
call
those
a
guys.
chiropractor because
Yeah.
his back's out.
Forget
You're
those
feeling
guys.
Just call
36.
AAA and they'll give you some back work.
They give me. I hope that they give me a Percocets or whatever for the pain,
Or
for the pain.
a Z-Pack.
Listen, man,
What is it?
And we've come full circle.
I like it. Thank you very much, Nikki.
Thanks, guys. It was
Thanks.
so good to meet you.
Thank you, Nikki.
Bye.
As another adventure comes to a close, we remember the lessons we've learned. No one gives a shit about Jeremy's vegetarianism.
It's true.
Dan Tamborelli is sensitive about his weight.
No, I'm not.
Mike Morona never graduated from college. Nikki Glaser considers brunch annoying. But most of all, your TV brothers will have your back, now and always.
All right, guys, that's our show. A special thanks to Nikki Glaser for hanging out with us today. Also, we wanted to give a shout out to our friend Seth Olenek and his new book, Funny Business. We love it, and we know you will too. So check him out on his website, SethOlenek.com. Also, next month, we'll be doing another live show at the SF Sketchfest. So if you're in the San Francisco area and you're around on February 1st, this is Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Punchline Comedy Club, come out and say hello to us and watch us do another live podcast with Kumail Nanjiani and Emily Gordon. Lastly, if you like the show, please donate to it. It keeps the wheels moving, and we really appreciate it.